Hey, good morning. Let's get real. I know that. I've got bags under my eyes and it's really rather brisky out here. Golly, I look so much different than what I used to look. Oh my goodness. I just want to come at you however it is that I can to basically show you that as YouTube vloggers, things are not always, perfect for a lot of us. And I had to, obviously, take this time to do a video out here. I want to talk about something that happens to us as a people. And a lot of people, myself included, don't want to deal with the tragedy that happens in our lives. The one thing that I always want to remind myself here on my channel is that I always want to look outside of myself and know that I'm not the only one with problems. It might seem that way, it might look that way, because a lot of times I'm to myself, right? And here I am, taking this little walk, and already I'm getting very weak and depleted. Because the thing is that I do have a health condition, and there's no telling where, your health condition will take you, right? Hi, Bubba. But, goodness. When tragedy strikes us, we have to know that we can somewhat deal with it. And I'm very, touchy about this subject, because I always want to talk about subjects that, just pertain to just ourselves, right? Just myself. But the one thing that I always want to do on this channel, and like I said it before, is know how I can look outside of myself and what can I do for others in tragedy. I want to tell you that a friend of a friend's baby died. And just last night, there was a tragic accident here in a town close by. And unfortunately, it's fatal. It was fatal for the two drivers. And it's actually, mental and physical and fatal for the driver of this big semi. I know that at any time or any point of our lives that SHIT will happen. And I don't want to be, naive or blindsided to the fact that no, tragedy is real in our lives. And I wanted to come on here to talk about it. Tragedy comes during the holidays. Tragedy comes at birthdays. Tragedy is real for a lot of us who live it. And I always want to look at ways in which I can be calm during the tragedy. Because it is real. It's something that I would say happens in our lives. That's reality. So let me better know how to deal and define something like tragedy. I always tell you to do the simple things in your life. And the thing is this. You have to look at how you can do things before, so that when things strike, it's not a surprise. Yeah, death is it's a tragedy. Divorce is a tragedy. When our kids rebel against us is a tragedy. And remember that there are different levels of what you call tragedy. Tragedy struck me, and living a tragedy is a reality for me. But the one thing that I want to learn about when things happen in my life is, how can I best overcome and learn from the circumstances or the tragedies that happen in my life. It's risky outside, so I'm going to take my my coat off. I probably should have walked around the block, but actually I'm going to put you down right now. That I'm taking off my coat. I know things strike us at many levels, and I'm glad to always come on here and talk about these things. Let me turn off the I'm always glad to come on here and talk to you about these things. And it's not easy. We try to avoid tragedy, but sometimes that's not possible. And maybe to those of you who don't, who something never happens to, I don't know. I used to think that way until, my life got struck by the Titanic. And I don't know how best to encourage you. I don't know how best to motivate you. But I can tell you this. I always look for ways of peace and calm. And if it's listening to a YouTube channel on peace and meditation, if it's, taking my journal and just writing down, those moments, and also if it's praying or meditating, those are good moments because you're within yourself and you're within your spirit. And you have to know one thing, that you're going to be up and down with your emotions. And that's where I want to really teach you and remind you. Yeah, you're going to be up and down with your emotions. And you're going to want to draw back, to the same place. But you know what you have to do for yourself, especially if you lost that loved one, especially if you know that you are going in the wrong direction with that relationship. Yeah, it's hard to let go. It really is. I mean, I can't tell you how best to let go. But I can tell you this, that when tragedy strikes, we have to look for ways, and I do mean ways, to overcome that tragedy.
It can strike anybody. So let us always be as calm as we can possibly be. And with this, I am going to leave you. Lead yourself in the place that you're in. And always go back to the basics. You will increase in learning. I know you can be strong through this. You are strong. My love and my prayers to all of you worldwide, wherever it is that you are in the world, whatever language, okay? And I will see you in my next YouTube. Bye.